Hello! This is the 30-day Couch to Handstand Challenge, and I call it Couch to Handstand Challenge because this really is for everybody. I think handstands are for everybody. I think everybody can learn a handstand, and I really hope to encourage more people with this program to give it a go and just try handstands. Hand balancing is a really great way to practice. So if you have just encountered this video, please go back to day number 1 and meet us along the way here. I'm Natalie. I teach the art of hand balancing, and this is a very exciting week because we're going to start to actually take it into an almost proper handstand, halfway handstand on the wall today. So let's start again with a warm-up. Let's start today's practice again by standing upright, nice and tall, feet parallel, the stomach pulled in towards the spine. Let's find that nice upright spine, feet firmly planted into the ground. Let's roll the shoulders backwards. Now this movement hopefully by now feels nice and familiar, and it's a little bit like touching base with your shoulders. Every time you start practicing, you have the rolling of the shoulders, and you can check in. What does it feel like today? What does my body feel like today? You've had a day of rest. And now again, let's roll the shoulders forwards, checking in with that opening of the chest, the juiciness of the shoulder joint, activating the muscles all around the shoulder. Great. Now let's roll the arms backwards, and we've learned all about locking the elbows out. So let's now really apply that. Have active arms and reach behind you. So every time here, every time you've got your arms behind you, reach further back. Without sticking your chest out, we still keep that activation here. Big shoulder circles. Straight arms, lock the elbows out. Let's go to the front. Really use this as a warm-up, but also as an analytical tool to check in with yourself and with what your body feels like today, how your body is aligned today. It's going to be different every day depending on your mood, on what you've been doing, what you've been eating, how you've been breathing. So repetition is always a chance to touch base again with yourself and with an exercise that you already know. Let's open and close. Curve and open. Really open up diagonally here. Curve and open. Curve, open. Curve, open. Curve and open. Let's do this 4 more times. 1 and 2 and diagonally up here. 3 and 4. All right. From the crown of the head, gently roll down vertebra by vertebra until you reach your maximum point, or you reach the floor. When you reach your maximum point of being able to fold forwards, you bend the knees until your fingertips touch the ground. You walk your hands to the front, step the feet back, find a comfortable position, walk the heels into the ground here, pedal it out. Really push the heel into the ground, as well as pointing the toe as much as possible. Now, with the legs bent, or maybe you want to straighten them, your choice, we step the legs in and step the legs back. Step the legs in, step the legs back, and in and back, and in and back. Other foot, in and back, and in and back. Bend the knees however much you need to bend them to execute this movement. Yeah, so if you have to bend them a lot, and you have to be here, then that's the way it is. If you can keep them relatively straight, that's great. One more time. Hand out. Okay. Now let's see if we can sit down here in a halfway squat. Just see how far you can go down here. So ideally you want to be completely in a compact position, but it may not go there. So just find the position here. See if you can negotiate this position here. Where is your squat? How far can you squat down? Where can you find a point where this position is not totally awkward, but even a little bit comfortable? Okay, great. Let's quickly warm up the wrists. We've got our fingers spread like a fan to the front, and let's push the fingers into the mat while at the same time lifting the palm up for 10 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back of the fingers pushing into the mat. Push away from the mat. Change the angle of your wrist. Push into the mat. Push in. Push into the mat. So from here to straight. From 45 degrees to straight. I do bend my elbows slightly here. Push into the mat. 4 more. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, great. Stretching the wrist out. Fingers pointing to the inside. Stabilize your hand here by pressing into the palm and rotate above it. And change side. See if you can just push it a little bit further. This time, still keeping this very gentle and mindful. All of this is just for you to expand your limits, to push yourself a bit further and also get to know your limits. You can only push them if you know where they are. Other hand, fingers pointing inwards, press down, rotate. To the other direction. Now from here, let's take it straight away to our 4-point plank position, activation of the core. Tuck the feet under. Let's hold it here for 20 seconds and lift off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and release. Take a breath. Now we are going to rock front and back in this position. Remember last time we were rocking front and back, keeping the knees on the floor. Now we're going to do the same thing with knees lifted off for 10. Yes, let's take that challenge. Lift the knees off together with me. Remember that your shoulder blades here are opening up like a curtain to the sides when you push into the floor. So when you pull the shoulder blades together, your shoulders are going back into the socket. When the shoulder blades rotate out like curtain, you are pushing into the floor. So lift the knees off. Let's push it front and back for 10. Lift the knees off and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, fantastic. Let's do our 4-point stability exercise here again, touching the knee and the elbow together for 10. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, other side. Knee and elbow touching for 10. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Great. Let's give our side muscles again a little boost by pushing the hips up and down in a supported sideways plank position. So you've got one knee propped up here, and this time let's take this hand in front that we use as a support away and just lower the hip, push back up, lower the hip, push back up. Let's do 8 more, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you're feeling a strain on this knee here and it's a bit uncomfortable, push this foot here more into the floor, and that will take weight off this knee, or you can also put something soft underneath it to protect it. Let's do the other side. This knee is on the floor supporting you. The other hand is on the hip. Let's lower for 10 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Great. All right. Let's stand up. Shoulder stretches on the wall. You place your hands against the wall. You really actively push and try to have the feet parallel hip width apart. Also try to keep a neutral spine as much as possible. And then find a position where you can allow your shoulders to sink a little bit deeper. Again, now we're going to press into the wall that way and down that way while curving the back. I'm going to keep it here for 5 seconds, then release, lower a little bit further. Okay, so push into the wall and down, rounding your back. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Release, go a little bit further down. Now again, take a deep breath in, push into the wall, push down, curve your upper back. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Lower down, go a little bit deeper. Really doesn't have to go as deep as it is when I do it here. Do not compare yourself to me, but rather set your own standards. Push into the wall and down. One more time, curve your upper back and hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Release and go as far as you can while still keeping an active push here. Active push into the wall. And release. Okay, great. Now place this arm diagonally up here on the wall and gently turn away from the arm, feeling a stretch here across the front of your arm. And release. Other side, arm diagonally up here on the wall, gently turn away from the arm. Gentle stretch, not a painful stretch, but stretching is about finding that point in the body where you feel resistance and then trying to push it a little bit further. All right, come out of this stretch. Now, you see I'm already standing against the wall. Yes, we're going to try and put our feet up on the wall. So before we do that, we do our preparation, our halfway handstand one more time, and then we're going to see if we can prop one foot up against the wall. So just to get ourselves tuned into the familiar exercise that we already know, Just lift the hips up high here with me. Push your shoulders above the wrist. Really round the back. Push the shoulders out. Let's hold it here for 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and release. Come down. Great. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. So what we're going to try and do next is put one foot up here on the wall. Just watch while I explain it. So you're going to try, remember the exercise that we did here where we were trying to lift the foot up as high as possible. So that's what we're doing here now. You lift your foot up as high as possible here, and then you find a point here against the wall where you feel like you kind of have a bit of push. Yeah, and all we're going to do from here now is find that push and see if we can lift off the bottom foot. So this here is a relatively safe position because you are really not very far away from the ground. You can come down anytime. Your foot is hovering 10 centimeters above the ground. This is really a way to very safely build up confidence in a handstand. So if you're a little bit scared now of actually taking that inversion and bringing the hips up above the shoulders, over the shoulders, then just remind yourself of all the options you have here to come down safely. Your foot can always touch the ground again. Once this foot here is on the ground, the other one that's propped up against the wall can join it quickly. The key thing here, as in everything we do so far, the key thing here, just like everything we're going to continue to do, is to keep the elbows locked out. Because when we do these exercises and any other handstand exercise, the only thing that will get you in trouble is if you bend your elbows, because then you not only have to hold your body in an inverted position, but you also have to hold your body weight in a push-up, which doesn't make things easier. And that is the only way where you can actually kiss the mat. If you keep your elbows locked out, you are in a safe space. So let's try this together here now. Find a way to prop your foot up against the wall, and let's just lift off that foot and hold it for 10 seconds here. So key is again to push your shoulders out, elevate the shoulders up to the ears. Let's hold it for 10 seconds and lift off for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come down. That's it. Halfway handstand against the wall. You just did it. Let's try it with the other foot propped up against the wall. So find your position here on the wall with the other foot. Let's lift off. Once you have that grounding here, just check again. It's going to feel a bit different on this side. Yeah, so then lift off for 10 with me, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and come down. Excellent. Great. So if you're not quite sure how far you should be away from the wall, then just prop your feet up here against the wall. Sit in an L-shaped position. So it's going to approximately be that distance, not exactly, but more or less. So some people, depending on your anatomy and the build of your upper body, you'll have to be a bit closer or a bit further away with the hands. I would say rather a little bit closer than further away, but this is round about the distance you have to be away from the wall. So when you're here, just place your hand where your leg meets the hip. Place it here, and this is your distance away from the wall. That will probably be more or less appropriate for you. But trust yourself. Always go towards where it feels a little bit easier. That's always your guideline. If it feels a little bit easier, you're probably on a good way to find a position for your body that suits you. So remember, you are setting your own standards. You're not just copying me. So let's try this again, and this time put both feet up on the wall. So key in this exercise here, when we put both feet up on the wall, is to elevate the hips. If your hips stay here, that's okay, but this is harder than this. This, however, feels very scary. So let's try this together, and just give it a go. In a second, I'll give you another option if this feels too scary. So place the hands on the floor and place the hands on the floor. We're really just getting into this position. We're not really holding anything yet. So place the foot on the wall. Make the other foot join. See if you can push the hips up a bit higher. And let's come down again. Prop the other foot up on the wall and make the other one join. Take the hips high, above the shoulders, and come down. Awesome. So let's try now to hold this for 10 seconds with both feet on the wall. Let's take the challenge. You can do it. So find your position for the hands. Prop one foot up. Prop the other foot up. Push the hips until they meet your shoulders and the wrists in one line. Let's stay for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And come down. Okay, let me remind you in my capacity as the handstand radio station again of key things. You have to elevate your shoulders. If your shoulders are still a little bit closed, don't worry about it. That's something to sort out much further down the line. For now, we're just trying to build up confidence. So good shoulder opening here is definitely a big advantage when you are trying to get the hips over the shoulders. It actually is key. It's totally crucial. But let's take it one step at a time. If your shoulders are tight, it may take longer than this program here, than this month, to actually achieve that opening. So let's work with what we've got for now and build confidence towards a basic inversion. So let's do this again. Prop up one foot, the other foot. See if you can align the hips over the shoulders. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And come down. Fantastic. So you will feel the blood rushing to your head here. That's totally normal. See if you can still breathe. Remember to push your shoulders up. Remember to dig your fingers into the ground and to lock the elbows out. Let's do this one more time and then give it a rest. We'll continue to do more of this tomorrow. So one more time, prop both feet up here on the wall. Bring your hips up here. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come back down. Excellent. Find your way up to standing. And from here, take one arm across. Push it towards you. Push this shoulder down for a little cool down stretch. So I'm gonna go a bit more into details about this shape tomorrow. Today, just congratulate yourself of actually having taken that step into a halfway handstand on the wall. You have been holding your whole body weight. And change sides. Press the arm towards you. Push the shoulder down. You have actually just carried your whole body weight on your arms. I think that's amazing. And release. Interlock the fingers behind your back. Push the elbows straight. See if you can push your chest out just a little bit. And release. Take your wrist here at the back of your hand and just gently flex the hand the opposite direction here with a little pulse. Massaging your thumb here as well and the base of your hand. And flex it towards you. And the other side, flex the hand towards you. Gently massage with a little pulse. Flex it towards you with a little pulse. And then gently massage the thumb and the base of your hand to give your wrists a little bit of space after this hard work. Okay, excellent. So I hope you've enjoyed today's practice in week number 2. I hope to see you again tomorrow. And take a good rest. Now we are entering the world of hand balancing. Yay! Have a good day.